Well, I'm on my way to the next town over. I figured out where I'm at on my out-of-game map. Um, on my way over there, found this cow. First cow I've ever found. Um, Animals, there's a few different types of animals. I think there's rabbits and goats and then cows. And the purpose of animals, you can shoot them and harvest their meat. And meat, you'll get raw meat off of those, and you'll want to hold on to that if you can until you get a hatchet and some matches. Then you'll take your hatchet and matches, go out to the woods and cut some firewood, make a fire and cook that meat. The meat gives you a lot more health back than the canned food. All canned food that I know of will only give you 200 blood back. And a cooked steak will give you 800. So it's a little bit more efficient use of space if you're keeping food on you just as a source of health. I'm going to have to remember where this guy is and come back for him, because I don't have... You need a hunting knife to harvest the meat off of dead animals, and a hatchet to cut the wood, and matches to start the fire. So there's also drums in certain cities that you could start on a fire. I'm assuming you can cook food on there as well. I've never actually tried that, but and as you'll notice out here, away from buildings, there aren't going to be any zombies. So the only thing I have to worry about between cities is other players. As you see, when I come up a steep hill, it's going to slow me down. It also slows the zombies down, so if you're trying to get away, that can slow them down, and then turn around and shoot a few of them if you end up with a big crowd of zombies behind you. Now I'm coming up to a little bit bigger village this time. Forget the name. Not really important. Some landmarks to help you figure out where you're at. Large hills. Most of the maps online will have topographical maps that will show the elevation. And then you can see there's a road, the railroad tracks. I passed a lighthouse back there a little ways. These docks show up on the maps. You can look for those. That'll help you figure out where you're at. You'll always spawn on the south side of the map, as far as I know, along the coast. I happen to spawn in the southwest corner, so I'm pretty much the worst spot possible. All of the bigger cities are off towards the east, and I just have some littler cities to hit before I can get into the bigger cities, where more of the interesting buildings are. So I'm heading over to the industrial part of town here. Just start slowing down so I don't get spotted by this guy. You can crawl under these openings in the fences if you're looking for a way through. The zombies can also crawl under them, so just keep that in mind. Most fences have breaks every 50 or 60 yards. So if you can't find a way in, just head one direction or the other, and chances are you'll come up against a gap that will let you get through. So here's my hatchet. Now, in the inventory system, you have other slots for gear like this, so they won't take up spots in your main inventory. There's spots for your binoculars and night vision if you find them. If you find a flashlight, that's going to take up your sidearm spot, so it's good to have a weapon with a flashlight on it if you're going to play at night. Like the Glock 17, I think, has a flashlight on it, and the Remington 870 combat shotgun has a flashlight on it. Ooh, we got somebody close by here. He's outside the window. Go upstairs. It's good to always explore every little corner. So let me go up the stairs here. Haven't had much luck in this building with spawns. It seems like items don't spawn in this building very often. So I know there's spawn points in here, but this place hardly ever has anything worth picking up. But at least we found a hatchet. Now we can get firewood. I would advise staying out of the water for the most part, because there's glitches that will take your backpack off you and you'll lose it. And you'll find out really fast that the backpack is pretty darn important for holding extra gear and stuff like that. You can fill up your main inventory pretty fast. So you don't want to lose that backpack if you can help it. Here's some more car parts. Scrap metal. You can use those to fix helicopters and other mechanical objects like the cars. This is just trash. You can tell right away. Empty cans and empty soda cans. Those are just trash. Not even worth looking at. Same with these empty cans right here. And we might have just got spotted. I'm not sure. You can kind of tell they'll start to make more angry noises. And don't panic and just take off real fast. You want to... Yeah, one of them definitely saw us somehow. Probably through a wall. So if this happens, find a choke point like a stairwell. The zombies are going to slow down on the stairs. But they can hit you through the stairs sometimes. Usually 3 shots will take them down. Or 1 to the head, which would be easier, but I didn't realize how close he was. Also, you can see the blood spilling out of me now. I'm bleeding, so hit your gear bag real quick, and right-click and bandage. That'll stop the bleeding. If that happens. And luckily, there's no bandage right here. It's supposed to stop the bleeding. It didn't stop the bleeding. That's the first time that's ever happened. Okay, well, there's a glitch right there. I must have moved too fast and it canceled the bandaging process there. So I guess make sure it's completely finished before you start moving again. Here's some chem lights. I'm not going to bother picking those up right now, since chem lights and road flares you'll find just about everywhere, so not something you need to worry about carrying a whole lot of around. Plus, every cluster of chem lights or road flares you find will have 10 of them all together. So, and the chem lights will burn, I think, for 60 minutes or something like that, and the road flares will burn for about 5 minutes. But the road flares are much brighter and they cover a much larger area. The zombies can climb ladders, so you're not safe up high. You gotta watch the ladders if you're up in a tower or something like this. I already know I don't think there's anything up here. I might as well show you how to climb ladders. You'll see the up arrow. You can use the scroll arrow or the mouse wheel to scroll up, select climb, and then just hit up and you'll climb right up the ladder. I don't think there's even anything up here though. Just kind of give you a good view of the map here. Everything you can see is what you can walk to. To give you kind of an idea. Those hills are probably about 3.5 kilometers away, so about 3,500 meters. I think the map is 9 by 9 kilometers, if I remember correctly. So it's pretty massive. Now I just need to get out of here. You don't want to fall off objects either. A small fall will hurt you, possibly break your bones. And if you get a broken bone, you're not going to be able to stand up. You will have to crawl everywhere you go until you find, I don't know what. I've never actually successfully healed a broken bone, so you might have to look up more information on that. See if I can manage to get out of here without attracting a ton of attention.